Other flaws with it are that, you know, this tire needs a tube. I have one in the garage. Obviously, the seat has some issues in life, so I was thinking about trying to weld something on the bottom. This exhaust over here on this cylinder is busted off on the manifold, so that's obviously an issue. I got to get the charging system working, but the fuel tank seems to be working, and I was driving around and the choke was going on and off, and that was the main issue. But yeah, the carb is going to need a little bit of adjustment, but it's, for the most part, it's running really good, all things considered. I had vice gripped this throttle cable on there kind of in a full throttle position. The PTO was spinning, the clutches are working. Obviously everything needs a little bit of grease and everything and a little bath for it, but it's missing the side tins that go over the heads over here. I got a line on some of that stuff, so hopefully I can get the parts I need and we can get this thing back together. So we're going to take this broken grill off and put this used grill on here. And also I noticed that the gas tank has some holes in it on the top, on the back side, so we're going to have to address that at some point too. The other issue we got is I got to hook up the stator. So what I did here is I hooked up my voltmeter to the two wires that come out from behind the flywheel, and I'm going to see if we got voltage. And we should have like 26, 28 volts, something in that range. And if we do, then the stator's working. Then we'll trace the wire up to the voltage regulator and see if we get the volts at the voltage regulator. And then if nothing comes out of the voltage regulator, it should be like 13 to 14 volts coming out of it at full throttle. If we get nothing coming out, then we need a new voltage regulator. Alright, so there was no voltage coming out of the voltage regulator, so I bought this one on Stens, and we'll put it in. I'm not going to show that on camera, and we'll test it out, and we should be good to go with the electrical system after that. The only other thing we got to do is we got to hook up the hour meter and the headlights, and then once I know that everything works 100%, I'm going to get the correct connectors on the key switch plug and use a Packard 56 connector instead of all these junk 1/4-inch terminals that you crimp on that fall off every 5 minutes. I'm talking some real connectors that you solder on so that you don't have these piece of crap wires. Alright, so I picked up the Stens made voltage regulator here. It's a 20 amp for an Onan. And we're going to bolt this thing in and drop this Kohler one that seems to be dead. And hopefully that will allow us to charge our battery. So let me see if we can get this thing in there. I'm going to have to put like some kind of spacer on here or something, because the way this thing is mounted here, it's like offset, like it's supposed to hang over the edge of something. And the dashboard is flat. So I think if I take like maybe a nut or two and put it back here, I could achieve my goal, or a couple washers or something, you know. So we're going to try putting two 5/16 nuts on here, and then the 1/4-inch bolt just threads right into here. It's got a threaded hole. This will keep it jacked off the dashboard a little bit so that maybe air can flow behind it and try to keep it cool if need be. Let's see what we got. Dude, we fixed that problem. Yeah, so that nice new voltage regulator fits in there perfect, and it was pretty cheap too. I'll put the part number in the video.